Hello viewers, this is your host Sushil and I'm back here with my next video. In this video we're going to learn how to use wildcard into Excel. So basically all of us know that there are only three wildcards. First one is a question mark, the second one is an asterisk and third one is a tilde. Question mark represents a single character whereas an asterisk represents a string of characters, either a single one or a multiple characters in a single string, and tilde, which is the third wildcard, which is used as a wildcard in conjunction with the earlier two wildcards to convert the earlier two wildcards into a text character. So why do we require wildcards in any application? So all applications like Microsoft Excel, Word, and certain ones like the SQLs in Oracle use wildcards for different kind of applications like to find, to search, to replace, to represent, to substitute, to locate an item, word, spelling, string, either a single one or a multiple one, to build formulas and to build the script of the Oracle. That is how the wildcards can be used. So let's get on to the usage of the wildcards, starting with the wildcard question mark. Fine. So now here we have a array of six cells or six sentences wherein the word EE or the alphabets string of alphabets EEN has been appearing or repeated multiple times. For example, Rohini has been between canteen and screen. So the text or the string EEN appears here in 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 words. Here it appears in the two words, here it appears in one word or other two words, here it appears again in three words, and here it appears in one word. Whereas there is a string of EET as well as EEP also. So to search a string EEN or anything of that sort here, let us see how can we do that by using the wildcard question mark. So if I say question mark n, it will, and say find all, it will return me all the six values here, which are all the six cells, and by default this question mark n is very much available in all of these. So if I say EEN as a search and say from this find all, it again gives all six. But if at all I choose to write question mark and before that question mark I say C. So now basically if you see, the word screen is the only one which will meet this characteristics or this requirement, and when I choose this range and say find all, it gives me the two cells where the word screen appears, that is this one, as well as the next one, that is here. So as we see, we have used the question mark as a character to replace the alphabet R, and it has returned us all the values where this criteria is met. So if at all I choose to put in say S and then a question mark instead of C, and here now I say choose this range and say find all. As soon as I say, now I see three cells are here which are meeting this criteria. First one is the screen word, the next word is again screen, and the next word is spleen, SPLEEN. So in this way one can choose to use the character question mark and find out as a wildcard and find out a string which meets the required criteria. And here one can use this not only to find but also to search and replace, because it many times happen that you have got a text format or an Excel file which is very big in size and manually searching is not possible, and you may not remember the complete spellings also of the words that you need to search. In that case you can use the wildcard question mark to replace or to represent the alphabets which are part of the string. Now if I say choose this and replace them with say SR, SC or S ampersand, and then I say IN. So double E goes off and I want to replace them with IN. I say choose and there it is, there it comes. Now it sees the ampersand as a, or rather question mark as a text character, and it replaces it. This is how replacement can also be done using a question mark. Now, how does one do a VLOOKUP in this case? I say Ctrl Z and I retain the database as it is. Now let us go to the VLOOKUP example. Here the cell had got the alphabets A, B, H, I, J, E, E, B, G, and we have to search into this range. So how do we do that? I say I'll give a demo here. VLOOKUP, open parenthesis, the search or the search cell is this. I say function F4, then I give comma, I go for the range. This is the range here which I am choosing. Function F4 so that I log it. There it is. It is in the first column, so I say 1, and I don't want anything to be returned in case if the thing is false. So this is the VLOOKUP that I have applied, and I say enter. So when I say enter, I see it's not applicable because none of the words here has got abg as a part of it, or it is not independent single word appearing in this range. So how do I work upon it? Now I will go here, and in this the search criteria that we have put in abg, if I put it F9, function F9, I'll be able to see what it was. I can see what it was, and there it comes as not. So basically this A11 is nothing else but ABG, and that is not what we are looking for. We are looking for a complete string of cell which has got ABG as a part of it. So what do I do here is I will go here and I'll put up saying, and the text string, I put question mark, that will be the next one character here will be followed or will be taken into consideration, and anything beyond that I'm going to represent it with a asterisk. So I'm going to use question mark for a single character or single alphabet, and string to be represented by the asterisk wildcard, and I'm going to say double quotes close and say enter. As soon as I do, it returns me the complete text as Abhijit is evergreen. So basically what VLOOKUP has done with the help of the two wildcards is, with the first wildcard question mark, it has searched out for the alphabet T that follows the Abhij text string, and then the asterisk takes care of the remaining part of the text string. So this is how one can use the question mark to find replace wildcard to make a VLOOKUP formula or use it in a VLOOKUP formula. Now let us go to the next demonstration here of using the question mark as a wildcard. In this we are going to search something or use count, countif and count A. Basically count A is a formula used for counting non-empty in a given range of cells. So now in this given range of cells we have got 9 cells, of which by default we can make out 1, 2, 3 and 4 are the text type of cells, text formatted cells, and 1, 2, 3 are the number cells. Number cells are always right oriented, the text are always left oriented, and we see one cell here as empty. We don't see any character there. So when I apply a count A formula, let me go ahead and use a count A formula. So I say is equal to count A and I choose the range. So what does count A basically does is, in this range it chooses to search out the non-empty cells and return the count of the non-empty cells. So once done I say enter and it says 9. So by default our eyes say that there is one empty cell, but whereas count A counts all the cells as non-empty. That means there is something in this cell also. So if I click on this cell and see, it is having a null value here and it is not an empty cell. So there's a difference between a null value cell and an empty cell. So it is not an empty cell. If I choose here and say delete, then the count will go to 8, but that is not the case. So right now the count here of non-empty cells is 8, 9, and count A does not consider this to be a empty cell. So now how do we opt to use a wildcard character and find out what are the non-empty cells in actual? So to do that, let us go and use the countif. As we have already seen that count formula is used for counting the numeric cells and countif for the non-numeric or test or alphanumeric cells. So let us use the count if. So I say count if, there it is, the range. This is the range that I am choosing. I am saying function f4. Beyond that I say comma, and now the criteria. Now the criteria here now I'm going to put up is I don't want a cell which is empty. So a non-empty cell will at least have one character, and what that character can be, it can be any character, a text, a number. At least one character should be there so that the cell can be said to be a non-empty cell. So the question mark here as a wildcard represent one character here in the cell. So any cell that has got minimum one character will be chosen as non-empty cell, and if there are more than one character, that will be taken care by the next wildcard, that is asterisk. So if there is a string of characters or alphabets or numbers there, it will be taken care by this asterisk. I close the double inverted commas and close the parentheses and say enter. As soon as I say enter, it counts the 5 non-empty cells. Those are here on your screen. I have chosen them and the count here is 5. So this result 5 is correct for the text type of formatted cells. But now let us take care of the numeric cells also. So numeric cells can be counted by using the formula count, and there it is. I'm going to choose this. I'm choose to the range, close parenthesis and say enter. As soon as I enter, there are 3 cells. So by default 5 and 3 are the cells which are non-empty in this range of 9 cells, and when I do the summation of those, it turns out to be 8. So this is how one can find out a non-empty cell by using by using question mark and asterisk as the wildcard characters. There are many more applications of wildcards. Let us go into the next one. In the next worksheet, here I have jumped to the third or the last one. I'm going to give you easy demo of choosing this range and using replace or control H here, find and replace. In this, I'm going to choose the string of question mark EET, question mark EET, and I want to replace it like it is seen here in the green cell by Abhijit. It has got IT at the end rather than EET. So I'm going to replace it with IT. So once I do that, I say replace all, and there it is. The 5 replacements happen. The word EET or the text string EET has been replaced by IT. That was not very correct or not intended what was there. So I say close, I say control Z, I again say control H, and here instead of question mark EET, I'm going to remove one E, and now I'm going to apply it. There it is. So now it has correctly replaced the EET by IT, and this is how one has to use the question mark wildcard. So now we have seen various applications of the question mark. We can use it to search, we can use it to replace, we can use it for VLOOKUP, we can use it for COUNTIF, and there are many more applications as and when you get time, explore the further options. So practice the ones which I have explained you in this video and apply it in your applications. Going ahead, now let us see about the wildcard asterisk. Now as you see in this cell here, there are 9 cells, of which 3 are numeric, 1 is null, and 5 are alphanumeric or text type of formatted. So if I go to here and say count if, and if I say count if 35, that is if I say B2 is 35 or search for 35 in this range of cells, it gives me a value 0 because none of these cells have got 35 as a text, though the last one has got 35 as a numeric value which cannot be counted by count if. It can be counted by count. So if I use the count here and say count, there it is. It gives me values 3, and these are 3 cells which by default are numeric, and that's why I get the value of count as 3. But that is not the intention here. Now let us go ahead and see how we can use count if or how we can use asterisk as a wildcard to find out how and what can be counted. So going ahead, now let us use the asterisk as a wildcard. I'm using the count if as a formula here. the range I have to choose. I am choosing the range, control or other function F4 is what I am using. I give the comma. The next thing what I say is double inverted commas, asterisk, and then I say 35. So now basically what does this formula do is it is going to search all the values which are having 35 at the end and a string of characters. So it can be a numeric, sorry, not numeric, alphanumeric string wherein the word ends with 35, and when I say enter it gives me the value 2. Which are these two cells? Let me tell you, this is number 35 and A35. These are the two cells in this range which are having 35 at the end and which are alphanumeric or text formatted cells. So in COUNTIF I get that by using the wild character asterisk here. I have already put in this formula here, but I am giving you a live demo of using this asterisk as and where we can. Now let us go to the next search parameter. I go to count if. So in this count if, I will demo you how to use the asterisk in a next way. So once done, I have chosen the range. Now when the range is done, I go here, I say double inverted commas, I say asterisk 3 5, and again I give asterisk here. So now basically what this formula is going to do is it is going to search all the words or all the cells here which is having 35 in between or either at the end or at the beginning of the cells, of course the text format cells, and return the count here. So when I say enter, it returns the value 4, and now let me tell you which are these 4 cells: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these are the 4 cells which have been selected here or has been counted here. By default there it is, and you find out the answer here as 4. Going ahead, let me apply this asterisk wildcard here in another way. So I say count if, now I say asterisk 3 asterisk 5 asterisk close inverted commas close parentheses and say enter. So when I say enter, sorry, there's some mistake here in the formula, let me redo it here. So count if, I should have chosen the range first, so this is the range. Once done, now I can put in double inverted commas asterisk 3 asterisk 5 asterisk close inverted commas close parentheses and enter. So as soon as I do it, there it is, the answer comes as 5. So now here it has chosen 1 2 3 4 and 5 cells and the count returns as 5. Basically it has chosen now 3 asterisk, that anything comes in between this asterisk also as a search character or wild character, and anything that is in between 3 and 5 has also been taken care by the asterisk which I introduced between 3 and 5. Had I not introduced this asterisk here, and in place of that had I chosen another card here, that is a question mark, it would have entered or it would have returned me a very different value. Let me show you what value to return, and there it is, the value says 1. Now only this cell has been considered in the count if, because none of the other cells consider or meet the value specification which are put into the formula here. So when I put 3 and 5 separated by a single character wildcard, that is question mark, it is only 365 in this that meets the criteria, and none of the other cells meet the criteria. So viewers, whenever you are applying any kind of formula with the wildcard, be very logical and check it twice before you apply it. Now going ahead, let us go to the VLOOKUP application of this asterisk and find out how we can do it. So if I go here and say VLOOKUP, I say VLOOKUP. In VLOOKUP, what is the value that is to be searched? That is this value. Once this value is chosen, I have to choose the range. So I choose the range here from the first column. This is the range. I say the first column, and if it is false, I don't want anything to be returned, so I put 0. I close the parenthesis and put it here. So as soon as I put it, the word Abhijit appears here in Abhijit Doshi, and Abhijit. Those are the 3 cells here. VLOOKUP by default returns the first cell, and here it is, it returns Abhijit. Fine. So if I pull this formula here and apply it to the remaining ones, it does not meet the requirement of hours because by default I had put in the value here as dollar. I am going to remove it so that it copies the next cell in the cell, and when I pull the formula, it applies the formula accordingly. So when I say apply the formula, it says not applicable here. The reason being that the value C19 here, which is OMM, that is C19, does not appear in any of the cell here as an independent character. And so how do I take care of this? Now let me modify this formula and give explanation how it can be used with the wildcard. Now I'm going to use the wildcard asterisk here. So there it is. So anything that is a string before this OMM will be taken care by this wildcard asterisk. I put ampersand here so that now this wildcard and the value OMM will be searched in Excel, but that is not sufficient. I need to add an ampersand and then again a wildcard asterisk here. And when I do this and say enter, it returns me the complete word committee member. In this way, one can choose to put in the wildcard as and where applicable and make the search very much possible and very much practical. Now if we go to the next cell, that is here, in this case the value of C21 that is taken care, that is Abhi, and there is nothing like Abhi as an independent one, so it chooses to say not applicable because it does not find anything that is Abhi. So if I say Abhi and to that I add ampersand asterisk as a wildcard and say enter, it returns the first value that appears there, and it turns out to be Abhi Joshi, which it returns. But well, if I don't want it to be the search character or search parameter, what do I do? So with Abhi and this ampersand, if I say I add value n here asterisk, and to that end I add the value question mark. So basically what I'm going to do here is when I search this string of characters and say enter, it returns me the word Abhinay. So what it did actually is it checked for a string ABHI with C21, then it with the ampersand and the asterisk is searched for the string which followed it, and beyond that it searched for a value n and then asterisk, that is string, and followed by the last character, that is question mark. So with this I have specifically made it applicable so that it is the requirement of the formula is made by only word is Abhinay in the string. This way one can go ahead. Now the next one that we see here is Abhijit question mark OSHI. So now the question mark represents nothing else but one character as a wildcard, and once it is done, the formula chooses to search for it, the value C22, that is Abhijit question mark OSHI. So the first cell in the string of array, it returns the first cell which comes out as meeting this requirement. So if I choose here instead of Joshi, if I make it JJ OSHI and say enter, immediately it goes on searching the value of Abhijit question mark OSHI to the next cell in the string of array and returns the first cell value which meets the given criteria. So now the given criteria is not made by Abhijit Joshi and is made by Abhijit Doshi. So here we see the word Abhijit Doshi appearing here. In this way, one can apply the asterisk or the question mark wildcard characters as and when required in the formulae or in the search or in representation or in a spelling search or spelling correction by default by using a proper logic and meet the requirement of substituting lot of manual work with a technology or a software aid. It may it be Excel, Word or Oracle. So now let us go to the next wildcard, that is tilde. So all this time we have seen how to use the question mark and asterisk as a wildcard. but is it really always required to use them as a wildcard? No. This is an example here. Now in this example, I have readily made available as to how many question marks are appearing in this cell. So here there are 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2 and total 9. Same way, the asterisk appears in these two cells only at 4 places. So 4 instances of the asterisk. Now if we want to go and replace the question mark here, we can choose to say control H, that is find and replace. In this control H, I choose question mark here, and for example if I opt to replace it by www and say replace all, there it is. What happens, all 130 replacements have happened in a single go, and this is not what we are desiring. So let us go back and say control Z. So it's not possible in our regular way to search a question mark as a text character and replace it with something. Excel by default considers question mark as a wildcard, and then as a wildcard, one question mark represents one character. Now let us check for asterisk. How do we choose to replace an asterisk? So I go here and say asterisk, search for an asterisk and replace with what is www. When I say replace all, it says all 25 replacements have been done. So each cell or each string of cell has been considered as one and it has been replaced by www. So 25 cells have been made as replacement, which is not again what we are desiring. I say control Z. Now how do we use this and represent to or make it possible to convert this wildcard into a simple text character? Before that, let me choose to use this countif and find out asterisk. So if I go and say is equal to count if, and I say range, in this range, what do I need to find out? The criteria is I want to find out the asterisk. So I say choose for the asterisk and say close parenthesis and enter. So what I again get here is 25 instances or 24 counts of asterisk. So basically what it has done is it has counted asterisk as a wildcard and not as a text character. So these are the three instances which have made us compelled to understand what is it and why is it necessary to convert a wildcard into a text character, and how to do that. Let's see that. So the third wildcard character, that is tilde, comes into picture here, and if I go here and use the tilde character here and say enter, there it is, it says 0 because again it does not count it as a single one or a single string. So what does it make? So if I say anything that is a string in which I want the asterisk to be a text character, so that is represented by tilde asterisk, and anything that is followed by the tilde asterisk, that is the asterisk as a text, anything follows that is again a string of characters. So here I am using asterisk twice as a wildcard and once as a text character. So to make the asterisk wildcard card as a text character, I use tilde as a wildcard, and when I say enter, there it is. Now I get correct answer, that is two cells has got asterisk as text character. Now let me go and use the replace, find and replace utility, and now here I'm going to say replace asterisk. Now I'm going to use tilde here, so I say tilde asterisk. Now Excel will search for tilde asterisk, that is asterisk as a text character, and replace it with say a number 1. So when I say replace all, there it is, all 4 replacements or all 10 replacements have been done. So tilde asterisk has been replaced with 1, right? I say okay. Why it made it all 1? Because I believe it is in the complete sheet and not the workbook. So it has done all the changes all over in the workbook and changed asterisk into 1. So that's why it gave the answer 10. Fine. So now let me go again and choose this range, and now if I choose to replace the question mark, so now I'm going to again use question mark here after tilde. So now tilde question mark is nothing else but question mark as a character, and now if I choose to write www as I chose earlier and say instead of sheet I make it workbook. I say replace all. There it is. There are replacements of 26 places. If I say no and I say Control Z, again I go for Control H. I want to make this replacement, and if I make it in sheet and say replace sheet, there it is. Those are 9 replacements. Those are done here. Fine. So this is how one can choose to replace a wildcard by using another wildcard tilde to convert the wildcard character question mark or asterisk into a text character. Friends, with this we are coming to the closure of this video wherein I have explained you the significance of the wildcard, how to use the wildcards, how to convert the wildcard into a text character by using the third wildcard, that is tilde, how to search, how to find, how to replace, how to represent, how to substitute, how to use those wildcards into formulas to make the formula universal or more user friendly and applicable in the Excel sheet, and by using proper wildcards at proper places, how to make the work more user friendly and useful. I hope you have followed this video very well, and with better practice you will be able to apply proper wildcards in proper places and proper applications. If you like this video, please do subscribe this channel for the further videos which will certainly be of your use and your interest. If you have certain topics which you want me to make videos on, do let me know in the comments at the YouTube channel. In case if you are not subscribed to the channel till now, please do subscribe it for all the videos notifications to follow. I will be back with my next video of your interest. Till then, take care and goodbye.